How to seem smart without trying. Psychology explained. Most people think intelligence is about knowing more. It isn't. Walk into almost any room and notice who gets perceived as the smartest. It's rarely the loudest person. It's not the one dominating the conversation. And it's definitely not the one trying to prove something every 5 minutes. The people who appear intelligent move differently. They speak calmly. They don't rush. They choose their words carefully, and they're completely comfortable with silence. Here's the truth most people miss. Looking smart is less about your raw intelligence and more about the signals you send. Psychology shows that humans make snap judgments about competence within seconds. Long before you explain your ideas, people have already decided how seriously to take you. So today, let's talk about how to stop appearing careless, impulsive, or mentally scattered, and start projecting quiet intelligence, without pretending to be someone you're not. Because real intelligence never tries too hard. Stop talking so much. One of the fastest ways to seem unintelligent is excessive talking. When you talk constantly, two things happen. First, you reveal every unfiltered thought. Second, your words lose weight. Intelligent people understand something subtle. Restraint creates perceived depth. They don't feel the need to comment on everything. They don't interrupt silence just to reduce tension. They let conversations breathe. Next time you're speaking with someone, try this. Pause for 1 extra second before responding. It will feel longer than it actually is, but that pause communicates thoughtfulness. Your brain appears active instead of reactive. Fast replies feel emotional. Measured replies feel intelligent. And here's something important. Silence is not social failure. Silence signals control. People instinctively trust the person who looks like they are choosing their words rather than spilling them. Think, then speak. Many people process their thoughts out loud. You can literally hear them figuring things out mid-sentence. There's nothing wrong with thinking, but broadcasting unfinished thoughts lowers how competent you appear. Instead, discipline your speech. Let your brain finish the sentence internally before your mouth begins it externally. You don't need more words. You need fewer, with sharper edges. Short, clear statements create authority. Rambling creates doubt. If you notice highly respected professionals, leaders, or intellectually intimidating individuals, they almost always speak in compressed language. Not rushed, not robotic, just precise. Precision signals mental organization, and mental organization is often mistaken for high intelligence. Ask better questions. Here's a psychological paradox. The smartest person in the room is often the one asking the most questions. Not surface-level questions, not predictable ones, but questions that make others think. Instead of asking, "What do you do?" try asking, "What led you into that?" What's the hardest part most people don't see? Has your thinking changed since you started? When you ask layered questions, 3 things happen immediately. You signal curiosity. You signal awareness. You signal depth. And the brain associates those traits with intelligence automatically. Also, people love talking about their insights. When someone feels understood, they subconsciously elevate the status of the person who understood them. Meaning, asking great questions doesn't just make you look smart, it makes you memorable. Stop trying to win conversations. Insecure people debate to dominate. Intelligent people discuss to refine their thinking. There is a massive difference. When someone disagrees with you, resist the urge to defend your position instantly. Instead, say something unexpected. "That's interesting. Explain how you see it." This does 2 powerful things. First, it shows emotional control. Second, it shows intellectual openness. Nothing looks less intelligent than someone who cannot tolerate being wrong. Strong minds adjust. Weak minds protect. Remember this. Confidence argues less. Ego argues constantly. You don't gain respect by winning verbal battles. You gain it by demonstrating composure. Calmness under disagreement is one of the strongest signals of intelligence a person can display. Slow down your delivery. Your speaking speed shapes perception more than you realize. When you rush your words, people sense uncertainty, even if what you're saying is correct. When you slow down slightly, your words feel deliberate, important, considered. You don't need dramatic pauses. Just remove the sense of hurry. There's a reason highly credible speakers rarely sound frantic. Speed communicates anxiety. Control communicates intelligence. Let your sentences land. A powerful communicator understands that impact often lives in the space between words. Admit when you don't know. Nothing destroys the illusion of intelligence faster than pretending to know everything. Ironically, one of the strongest signals of intelligence is the ability to calmly say, "I don't know." Not defensively, not awkwardly, just directly. Because real intelligence is grounded in reality. People who are mentally secure don't fear knowledge gaps. They close them. And honesty builds trust faster than performance ever will. Remember, you are not expected to know everything, but you are expected to be real. Pretending is fragile. Authenticity is convincing. Control your emotional reactions. Imagine two people receive criticism. One becomes defensive immediately. The other listens, nods slightly, and considers it. Who appears smarter? Emotional regulation is often interpreted as cognitive strength. When your reactions are measured, people assume your thinking is too. This doesn't mean suppressing emotion. It means managing it. Pause before reacting, especially in tense moments. A composed nervous system is one of the clearest external markers of internal stability. And stability reads as intelligence. Read more than everyone else. This is the only section where actual knowledge matters. You cannot consistently sound intelligent if your mind has nothing to draw from. You don't need to read 10 hours a day, but you should expose your brain to ideas regularly. Psychology, human behavior, history, strategy. Patterns repeat across time. The more patterns you recognize, the sharper your instincts become. And eventually, intelligence stops being something you try to signal. It becomes something you naturally embody. Final thought. Stop trying to look smart. Trying too hard creates friction that people can feel. Instead, focus on becoming observant, measured, curious, calm. The people who appear the most intelligent are rarely performing. They are simply present, thinking before acting, and speaking with intention. Remember this: intelligence is quiet. Insecurity is loud. The less you feel the need to prove, the more people assume. So next time you walk into a room, don't aim to impress anyone. Just slow down. Pay attention. Speak with purpose. And let perception take care of the rest.